I know that's what I'm probably doing.
Oh, that's going to be him the whole.
Welcome back to the Nunez Baseball Podcast. We got episode 4. We got catcher Colin Cure, an outfielder, third baseman, used to pitch. No, Detillier.
A little bit.
Used to pitch.
So kind of what we've done on all of these, kind of let you guys tell your journey. You know how you got here, where you went to high school. Just tell us about yourself and what it's been like here at Nunez. I guess we could start with Colin. Colin, big time player, New Orleans kid out of Holy Cross, actually from Chalmette, hometown kid playing for his hometown college from Araby. Probably grew up 10 minutes from campus.
More like 5.
Yeah, so pretty close. And then you went to high school in the city. You probably went to high school further away from his house than where we are. But then you went to Belhaven out of high school. Thought he was too good for us, and now he's back. Noah's a little different. Noah always believed in the Pels.
That's right.
Came here out of high school, had a really good career so far, and I'm sure Colin's still got another year with us, but Noah, this is his last year, unfortunately. And he's probably going to be moving on after this year. Don't know where yet, but it's probably going to be a good spot. So I guess we'll start with Colin. Colin, tell us about, your high school journey and, how you ended up at Nunez.
Yep. So, I went through a lot, like during middle school and high school. I transferred a bunch of times. I feel like I've switched schools so many times. I started off at Curtis when I was in 7th grade, and then I transitioned to Chalmette my freshman year, and then I eventually made the switch to Holy Cross because, I found out that Coach Andy Canizero was going to coach, and, I felt like Chalmette really wasn't a fit for me, and my dad graduated from Holy Cross, so it was like, I always wanted to go. My dad brought me out on the balcony at a beach trip, like end of summer, 2 weeks left, summer left. And he was like, hey, do you want to go to Holy Cross? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So I made that switch, and I loved being at Holy Cross. It was just the perfect fit for me. And I grew up with a bunch of those kids. My cousin went there. All my cousins went there. And it was just like the perfect fit. So I graduated from Holy Cross in 2022, and then I went to Belhaven out of high school. That was kind of like the same situation. It just wasn't the perfect fit for me. It was a great school, great facility, great people, but it just wasn't the place for me. And I kind of made the wrong decision going to university out of high school. And I feel like I rushed my decision too because I committed in December before my senior season. So it was kind of like, I kind of rushed it. And I know me and you talk about that all the time. And I ended up transferring here, and I loved it ever since. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely loved having you. It was disappointed when you decided to go to Belhaven, but, like I tell all the guys that we recruit, don't make a decision for anybody but yourself. You got to pick the best spot for you. If it's not us, it's all good. Then, if it's meant to be, one way or other, I think we've had a lot of guys that, choose to go other places out, straight out of high school, and one way or another they end up here. And, it usually works out for the best.
That's how it usually works, though, If something's not right with the university. We talked about it on the first podcast, he touched on it, it's probably not the smart idea to go to university.
Yeah, not
right
for everyone. I mean,
gate.
some people are ready for it, and other guys aren't, but.
Absolutely.
If you're young and, you feel like you're just not ready for university, JUCO's the wave.
Yeah.
I feel like JUCO, I think every kid should really consider JUCO because, you see these kids, even in football or basketball, any other sport, they're like, oh, this big school offered me. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to jump on it. And it's just, you go there and you end up transferring anyways. So why not just go to JUCO right out of high school? That's what I think.
Right. And you got to realize, what you're walking into, especially at the Division I level,
Yeah.
You're going to be an 18-year-old guy. They got some guys are 24 years old at that level. You can't go in, expecting to play right away. It's kind of like when you went into high school, right? You're 12, 13 years old, and they got 18-year-olds on the field. You got to take your lumps, and if you're prepared for that, and you have to be ready academically too, because it's a way different than high school. Which that's where Nunez really comes in, and other junior colleges. Like it's college curriculum, but you're really in a high school setting almost. Where you could raise your hand and ask questions. Tutoring's easy to get, and then you have resources and help that you need, and then once you finish that, you kind of mature enough, to move on to the 4 year. But some people are ready for that, and I'm sure everybody, a lot of people struggle with their freshman year of college academically, just trying to make that adjustment because there's nobody. Waking you up and telling you to go to class anymore. Nobody walking down the hallway telling you to tie your shoes or tuck your shirt in or put your ID on. I mean, you really have to make those choices yourself.
I didn't play sports in college, but I struggle with that.
Right.
I hated 8 a.m. classes.
Right.
When I first started out at Southeastern, I think I only went to like 2. I'm the whole semester. I'm dead serious.
That's a recipe for failure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you really gotta be ready for that, and you gotta wake yourself up. You gotta want to do it right, and a lot of 18-year-old kids don't.
Yeah,
and that's everybody. You gotta figure it out as you go. But,
and in the last episode, Court touched on staying in the routine in the summer, and that's something I definitely didn't do. I know a lot of kids don't do.
Right.
Especially this kid across
Whoa.
in the summertime.
That's
no, we're talking
crazy.
about in the
I
summertime.
don't think we said that these two are brothers.
Well, yeah, we are brothers.
You don't see the resemblance.
We
They
share
look
the
exactly
same last name. So, but I mean, it's not like for me as much staying on schedule in the summer, but it's kind of just like getting done what I got to get done.
It's just
So,
staying in a
same
routine.
thing. Yeah, staying on a routine.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
All right,
Rambo, you're from Lutcher. How'd you get here? I know you kind of made a decision kind of late, but you still ended up here.
So my name's Detillier. I'm from Lutcher. Growing up as a kid, I always looked forward to being a Lutcher Bulldog and playing for the Purple and Gold.
Yeah.
And the community kind of takes a lot of pride in Lutcher as a whole. And going into my freshman year, I had a pretty decent freshman year. I played a little bit.
This is in high school or here?
In high school.
In high school.
And I had a decent freshman year. I was playing all kind of sports. I played 4 sports as a freshman in high school.
What were those? Football, baseball?
Football, baseball, and I swam and played soccer, actually.
Nice.
Swam.
Yep.
Wow.
You look like a swimmer.
Pretty fast.
That's interesting.
Pretty fast in the pool, I ain't gonna lie.
So when you go fishing, you just swim and catch them with your bare hands? Or?
I mean, if I got to.
Got to for sure.
Whatever it takes.
He would. If you know Noah, he would.
He would.
Largemouth bass.
But, my sophomore year, after my freshman year, I ended up hurting my back. I was out for all of the sports for.
What was that injury?
It was a stress fracture in the L5 on both sides, really.
In your spine?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was out for 16 months. Didn't play anything.
How'd you do that?
Everything. Baseball, football. It was in the summer.
So was it like one
It was a
incident?
stress related thing.
Yeah.
But it was in the summer. We had swimming practice early in the morning, then I was playing for all 3 baseball teams, had football workouts. So it was just a combination of everything. And kind of being hurt my sophomore year let me kind of take a step back and see the game from a different perspective. And I think that kind of helped me on the mental side of the game and really grow as a player. And junior, senior year, had 2 pretty good years. After my injury, I quit soccer and swimming. I was just baseball, football. Had a pretty good junior, senior year. And I wasn't really sure. I didn't have many looks coming out of high school. I wasn't sure if I wanted to hang them up or, go to work or continue playing. And for me, I figured if I came to Nunez, this was one of the only schools that let me study a trade. Like, I was going to be going to trade school either way. So I figured, just soon I could do both over here while I'm getting my trade. I could play baseball, and so it kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, you had offers for football as well, right?
I could have went walk on at Nichols, but they kind of came up late, and
Yeah.
Dude was a beast kicker. I heard he could boot the ball.
I did kick some football. It was pretty good.
Was it the walk-on was kicker or receiver?
It was both. I played everywhere really on the football field. Played offense, defense, kicker.
Yeah. And now you just hit home runs, huh?
Yeah.
It's Monster Jacks.
I mean, might end up putting them down and go kick again. Never know, you know.
I don't think that's in your future.
Lace up the boots.
You never know, man.
We'll see that. So that's kind of how these guys got here. We've kind of been asking guys, what's your favorite thing about the program, about the school, about Nunez? What has been the best part about playing baseball here and being a student at Nunez? I guess you can go Colin first.
I'll go first. So I think the best thing that the best experience and what I found the best when I came here is how everybody kind of brought me in, and I wasn't alone, and I was oh, I don't know who I'm gonna be friends with, or
Make sure you keep it.
Oh yeah, you're right. And I was kind of just I wasn't lost because at Belhaven I kind of felt I don't know who to hang out with. These aren't my type of people,
Right.
I didn't know what to do. And when I came here, everybody at the 408 Community Street brought me in. I think I went over the first night I got here.
The Araby frat house.
Yeah, the Araby frat house, basically. And everybody kind of brought me in with open arms. So it's kind of it's like a brotherhood, kind of.
Yeah.
Not everybody's the same, but we're all the same as friends and
Right. Everybody's got everybody's back.
Yeah, everybody's got each other's back.
It's not
And
cliquey.
yeah, I would say that's definitely my favorite thing because you go to other places and it's it might not be the same. That's kind of how it was at Belhaven. I'm not trying to diss on Belhaven, but it was just I didn't get that type of connection like I do here. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for me. So,
About
I kind of agree with that. The baseball is great. The competition's really good over here, but really just the guys you're around every day, and a lot of people come from different backgrounds, kind of grow up different, and it's cool to kind of see everybody living together, coming together, and just everybody getting along really good and creating a lot of relationships.
I agree.
So you think that's probably the biggest, what's the biggest difference, from Belhaven to this? It was just the guys?
Obviously, I was going to class all day, every day at Belhaven, so I didn't really get to see
Right.
my teammates
The
as much.
academics were a lot more.
Academics were a lot harder, but another big thing is especially on the education side, you get a lot closer connection with your teachers here, and I find that's pretty important. It was just the other day we were on a road trip. I think it was to Southwest Mississippi, and it was 8:30 at night. We had just gotten done eating. I was oh, I got a test tomorrow. I got to study. So I'm on the bus, and I emailed my teacher. I was hey, what should I study? Do you have any lecture videos? And he emailed me everything right then and there. And at Belhaven, you didn't get that. The classes were not too big, but at some points there were some of them were big, so you didn't really get that connection like you do here with the teachers. You can go talk to your teacher whenever, you go talk to a faculty member whenever. So it's that's a big thing when you come to a JUCO, and especially here. So.
Right. No, what's been your biggest adjustment from, playing in high school to playing in college? Would you say the biggest adjustment? You've been pretty good, so the adjustment must not have been, too hard for you, but what do you say the biggest adjustment's been?
Coming out of high school, I don't think a lot of guys really understand there's really good players everywhere you go.
Right.
And adjusting to the pitching was one thing. But I think the biggest thing, guys coming out is you just got to play your game. The game's going to speed up on you a little bit right when you get here. But, the same game you've been playing your whole life. So you just kind of got to trust what you know. And,
just play your game. If you this game's, like we was telling, I think it was Andre and Cortez, if you overcomplicate this game, it's complicated enough. You just got to keep playing pitch and catch. Keep trying to hit the same way you hit your whole life, and then make adjustments as you go. But if you try to be a completely different player, try to do too much, this game will eat you up, spit you out, and you can't let the mental side of it eat you up either. You got to be able to handle failure.
And right when you get here, pretty much everybody's gonna fail a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
You have Coach
coming
Alex
out.
yelling at you every day, every second.
But you can't really let, you fail a couple times. You can't really let your highs get too high, your lows get too low. You need to kind of trust what you've been doing your whole life and just play your game.
Right.
That's the great thing about baseball. Like, they call baseball the game of life. So you got to treat baseball like you treat life. Like, if you get down, you don't want to stay down. You want to try to get back up. And when you stay up, you just got to keep it rolling. You don't want to fall back down, but if you do, make sure you get back up.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, what's been y'all favorite part of the season so far? We're 9-9. We've lost some games we shouldn't have lost. But a lot of season left. We just got to continue to get better every day. We got a big weekend next weekend. We got that's 6 games. We got like 6 games in 4 days or something like that. So a big opportunity for us to continue to get better. But so far, the first 18 games, what's that been like? For you, it's your first 18 games you played in college.
Yeah, big walk-off White.
Yeah, I hit a walk-off, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
That's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. My favorite probably point so far was definitely beating Mississippi Gulf Coast that game. Because I felt like ever since then, the momentum's been definitely better. And, we've been winning a lot more games. We've been, the sticks have been hot. Pitchers have been throwing the ball pretty well. So I felt like when we won that game, it was a big game. Mississippi Gulf Coast is pretty good.
Right.
So I felt like when we won that game, the energy was, crazy. It was there. We had Coach Glenn screaming, "That's what I'm talking about." That was a highlight. So I think that would definitely be my favorite point so far. So,
about you, Rambo?
It was definitely on that random Wednesday night. Walk-off Whitey came up to the plate.
Walk-off Whitey was born that day. Huh?
I was born that day. Yeah.
That was a great day.
Just the second coming of Colin. He's reborn, and
I was reborn.
Yeah. So, you gonna let him beat you in the home run race this year?
We'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah,
it's still early.
We'll see how it goes.
Friendly competition, man.
Yeah, a little friendly competition.
It's nice to have that kind of competition, though.
I was looking at it. I think it was yesterday. I think we hit 28 as a team last year. We're already at 17. So
yeah, we have a lot of them so far.
We haven't played a game in March yet, so we got 3 months left. So we'll see. See how it goes. Maybe hopefully we keep swinging it like we are, and hopefully the pitching. We got some injuries. Hopefully that heals up pretty soon. But conference starts at the end of this month. What are you looking forward to most? With the rest of the season?
Delgado for sure. I'm looking forward to that big time. I can't wait. I was first base coach for a little portion of last year before I had surgery on my hand. So I kind of got that feeling of playing Delgado a little bit last year. And even though I wasn't playing, or I guess I was redshirted, so I guess you could say I kind of wasn't part of the team, but I still was. It was kind of, I got that feeling, the emotions of playing them while coaching first. Right. So I can't imagine how it's going to feel like actually having the jersey on and being a part of the team as a player, not as a coach. Right. So I think that's going to be something I'm looking forward to big time.
But like we were talking about earlier, it's still a game. You still got to play.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what Delgado's done a really good job of, right? Whenever people play Delgado, they think, oh, we got to play our best game. They're really good. You just got to continue to play the same game. Because when you try to do too much, that's when you make your mistake, and that's what they're really good at. They don't do anything crazy. They don't do anything flashy. I mean, they're a good team. They hit home runs. They make some good plays, but they never make mistakes. That's the biggest thing.
And when they do, they always clean it up the next time.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So you got to play your best game to beat them, and when you try to overcomplicate stuff, it makes it even tougher. You just got to continue to play the game the same way.
Absolutely.
What about you, Rambo? What are you looking forward to?
I think I'm looking forward to really all the conference games. I like, we play them. I don't know how many times play them.
6 this year, six each.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I like how you really get a feel for you're gonna see people's guys multiple times, and you kind of game plan off of them and make adjustments game to game. It's not like you'll see this guy one time a year.
Right.
If they get the best of you the first game, you could kind of think about it and make adjustments next time you see them, because you're gonna see everybody good bit of time, especially going into the tournament.
Yeah. You got any questions, Cam?
What you got, Cam?
Come on, Cam.
I mean, I know you've lived here your whole life. Rambo, I guess this question could be directed mostly to you, but you can answer it by all means. What's your favorite thing about the parish since you've been living here?
Oh, we got a house, so I'm able to keep my boat over here. I keep my boat inside the house. And, it doesn't happen too often, but every now and then when Coach Alex gives us an off day, normally I'll be on the water or either hunting or fishing. I just like being outdoors and,
Yeah, like everybody else has said on all the other episodes, this is literally the perfect place.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all let Andre with a gun around y'all.
Gosh.
I'd be scared to
Oh,
death.
he cries if you don't let him on the boat, so kind of gotta let him.
Just make sure he's careful. What about you, Whitey? What's your favorite thing about living in Chalmette? You're a
Can't wait
Chalmatian
for
through
this
and through.
answer.
I don't know. I mean, I've been living here my whole life, so it's kind of like I've done everything here.
What's your favorite place to eat?
That's a better one for you because we know Whitey loves food.
I do like a little bit of food.
Every time we call the dude, he's always eating.
Oh wow! Every time. I think y'all plan a schedule to call me when I'm eating. I think that's what it is. My favorite place to eat in Chalmette, I would probably have to say Family Cajun Kitchen. I know a lot of people don't know about that.
Hold on. Dad said they closed.
Yeah, if they did close, I'd be pretty mad. But I don't know. I don't know if you've had Family Cajun
don't think I
Kitchen.
have.
You?
Oh, dude, they're so good. It's so good.
It's right off of
you know where that casino is?
Yeah.
Down
It's right there.
It's right there.
and it's like I don't know if you've ever seen Snow Like John. The dude who does RB&R Days. He went there, and I saw the video, and
Yeah,
I've loved
we went
it ever
there.
since. It's amazing.
Really?
So,
Dude,
that's my place.
the first time we went there, they had people from like
up north,
Wisconsin or Minnesota or something like that.
touring the place.
Literally came down just to try that place.
Yeah,
Really?
that's my spot. So
About you, Rambo, what's your favorite place to eat?
I'm a big seafood guy.
B&Gs.
Love boiled crabs, crawfish. Not really a restaurant, but B&J Seafood.
Yeah.
I'm there a couple times a week at least.
Oh yeah.
Restaurant wise, I probably Crave. I've been there a couple times. I really like the shrimp and grits over there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They're a little
But,
pricey, but
Yeah.
they are a little pricey.
no, I'm kind of transitioning. I know both of you guys have had surgery recently. What's kind of been, I guess Rambo, you can go first. You had, I guess it was the bigger surgery. You had a really good game against Delgado, and then you dove and dislocated your shoulder, and you had to have surgery. And what's that been like? Kind of getting hurt, and then the recovery, and then now you finally back to where you're able to hit the ball over the fence again.
Yeah, it was kind of an optional surgery for me. My injury was kind of in between to where they didn't know if it was going to heal on its own or if I was going to need the surgery or not. And after the season, I figured, I was kind of coming back. I was throwing a little bit, but it wasn't really feeling very good. And I didn't really want to leave any chances, so I figured, just soon go in and get everything fixed up, get everything right. And it wasn't too much of a big surgery. It wasn't really a long recovery. I think 2 months I was back. Coming off of surgery, you're definitely going to lose a lot of mobility, a lot of strength. Got to rehab a lot. And, I think that process kind of went kind of smoothly. Coming back in the fall was pretty rough for me. I think I batted like 150 or something like that. But I don't know if that was the shoulder or not seeing pitching for a while or kind of the mental side. But, I'm happy to be back now. And
Playing good again, huh?
yeah.
What about you, Whitey? You got the hand injury.
Yeah, I had I don't even know what it was called, but I had something wrong with my bone, one of my bones in my top of my hand, and I had some overgrowth. I think I had some mini fractures or something like that, and they kind of had to just go in and shave off the bone and clean up the tendons around it. And I didn't even think I was going to have surgery because I've dealt with this problem for a while, like for 4 or 5 years, and then it just finally caught up to me. Started hurting more and more, and then I had the surgery. Took about 3 months of recovery to like fully heal. I mean, I probably could have got back in 2 months, but it took me about 3 months. I've gotten a couple cortisone shots along the way so far, but the recovery was good. Didn't take too long. Wasn't painful. Wasn't nothing crazy. I'd go to therapy probably 2-3 times a week, and I started hitting about a month and a half in, just light hitting. And I really started ramping it up like right before we got back for fall, and that's when I really started getting back into everything. So, but it was a good recovery. So.
What's it like when they're about to put you under anesthesia?
It was weird. So I had to get.
That's a weird question.
I know it is a weird question. I had to get somewhere where they stuck me and like numb my arm or something like that before. So I was already kind of woozy, and then I remember making jokes with the surgeons like right before they put me under, and I was like cracking jokes.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, and then I cut out and I woke up 5 minutes later. So
Yeah, it wasn't 5 minutes later, but yeah.
oh, it felt like 5 minutes. But yeah. Yep.
About you?
Yeah, what about you?
For me,
Nervous at all?
what's that?
So you was nervous at all?
Yeah, I definitely had a couple nerves going, but
More nervous than you were for this podcast? Or?
probably about the same,
That one stings.
Wow, that's
That's crazy.
Nah, I'm messing. But I just remember they made me take my contacts out, and I'm pretty blind without my contacts and couldn't see anything. I was convinced that I was gonna fight the anesthesia and not
gonna go to sleep.
fall asleep
pull up.
for as long as I could.
Pull up. Who's the guy on? Gosh, I can't say the word. It's the MTV movie Jack.
Oh yeah,
Steve-O.
Steve-O, yeah.
Yeah, y'all ever seen the video of Steve-O fighting the anesthesia for like 5 minutes?
Never did.
Oh,
I could see him doing it though. He's
it's
pretty crazy.
nuts.
I could see him doing it.
I do remember too. They gave me the same thing. They kind of numbed my arm before they put me to sleep, and I remember just trying to pick up my arm, and it kept on falling
They did
down.
the
Yeah.
same exact thing.
I kept on trying to fight that too, and it wasn't really working.
Dude, when I had my surgery in June, like literally the last thing I remember, I remember from like previous surgeries, like it took me like good like 20, 30 seconds to fully knock out. But like this one, I don't know if it's just because I'm older or I was just like deadly exhausted that day.
Yeah.
But like as soon as they put the mask on me, I was out.
That's how it was for me too.
Yeah, they knocked me out pretty
It
quick
knocked
too.
me out pretty quick.
I don't know if they got some new anesthesia now. I don't know. That just like like a light, but I was out like a
Y'all
light.
have any questions for us?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll throw a question out there. It's going to be a pretty interesting one, nothing too crazy.
Okay.
So I'm a big Marvel fan, you know. I love Marvel, and I watch it all the time. I know you do too.
Yeah.
So if you could be any... Oh, we got a camera malfunction? If you could be any Marvel character, who do you think you would be?
Who do I think I would be?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be a Marvel character.
DC?
Oh man, you're not.
Who do I want to
Who
be?
who would you want to be? Yeah.
I mean, Superman's probably not a bad one.
That's DC.
That's DC. That's DC,
I don't
buddy.
know anything about any of this.
Come on.
What's the Marvel character?
Avengers, like Thor.
Captain America.
Oh, wow.
I saw that
Big
coming
Steve
from-
Rogers guy, huh?
No, I don't know anything about that.
That's America's butt right
Yeah.
there.
Who would you be, Cam?
Who would I be?
I don't know. Iron Man.
Ant-Man.
He's rich.
Yeah, he's rich. You'd be Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Wow, that's
Does he
terrible.
look like a superhero?
Does he?
Me and you gotta have a talk
I
after
feel like
this.
he'd be Doctor Strange or something, doing some widget stuff.
I could see that.
The Fantastic Four. Was that?
That is Marvel.
That's Marvel, yeah.
He's like the Rock guy.
Oh, the thing.
The thing.
The Thing?
That's what he's called, the thing. That's
All
that'd be
right.
pretty cool. I don't know. Who would you be, Rambo? Rambo
I
would
think
be
I'd like to be Spider-Man
Deadpool.
probably.
Yeah, I could see Rambo being
Yeah.
Spider-
That he Spider-Man is my favorite.
Yeah, I do like Spider-Man.
But
You got any
I'd
questions?
be like Spider-Man
He's
on the
probably
bayou
most
or
likely to
something.
get bit by a spider too.
Yeah, probably so. I could definitely see it.
Outside.
Yeah, he's always outside
Crawling
doing
in the mud and
something. Yeah. All right, you said you had a question.
Yeah. So Coach Alex, If you couldn't be a baseball coach,
Oh, yes.
what would you be?
I have no clue.
That is a great
That's
question.
a great question.
I've always
I
wanted
mean,
to
I
know
could see
that.
you selling cars or something. I feel like,
Selling cars.
or trying to at
It'd
least.
see him-
definitely be something with sports.
I could see him being an insurance adjuster.
An inch now.
No, I couldn't see
I'm not
Alex
smart
doing
enough for
that.
that.
I couldn't
Maybe
see Alex
PT.
doing
I
that.
could see some little PT action.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he would have went to that.
Thought about being like the sports, talk show host guy.
I definitely
pretty
could.
cool.
I definitely
Radio
could see
guy.
him.
Yeah.
Well,
On the
you have
radio.
to clean up the ums if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, well, that's just substitute for all my curse words. I can't curse on this, so
Oh man,
when I say it's normally a curse word.
ain't wrong.
Cam, what would you be if you didn't have the job you
Yeah.
had
What,
right
a little
now?
Debbie man?
Yeah, little Debbie man.
I don't know. I guess
Like
if I would have
you'd
stayed
be in a band or something, a rock band like Dad.
I can
Do
see
I
you
look
playing
like
the
that?
drums.
Definitely
for
a
sure.
photographer or some
Yeah.
media.
I mean, yeah, I definitely if I would have never stopped going to school, I would probably pursue nursing again. I don't know.
No, he'd be an F1 driver.
That's probably what he would want to do. Oh, and we're out of battery.
Oh, nice. It's all right.
So now y'all are just looking at us.
Yeah. Y'all are the main focus.
Cameron
of the time.
broke the camera.
Cameron broke the camera.
Yeah,
I don't even care about that camera anymore.
he's so
Yeah.
ugly. He broke the camera.
But yeah, definitely nursing. I mean, I would love to do
Seen this man's hype videos? He'd definitely be doing something.
Yeah, he'd be.
I mean,
he'd do something with that.
that'd be the goal.
You ain't no nurse.
I think that's still his
What would you
goal.
do if Cameron was given take care of you before your surgery?
Like I was. I don't even know.
new nurse. Give me a new nurse.
Or like I was really old and Cameron had to give me baths or
All
something.
right, hype videos canceled. We're leaving.
Wait, hype videos what?
Nothing.
But yeah, that was really the only questions we had.
Yeah.
Is that all you had?
That's it. That's all I had.
That's it.
It's really.
I
Think
think did we cover everything?
We covered everything.
All right. Well, that's episode 4.
Yep.
We'll be back soon with the Nunez Baseball Podcast. Come check out a game. I think we're on the road for a lot of this.
Yeah, we are. Until conference starts, we're on the road. Besides, if you technically call
Triton. Yeah.
Yeah,
on
well,
the road,
That's not
that's it.
at Chelmet. But
Yeah, but it's at Kirsch Rooney. So,
They come from Chicago.
I think our next home game is March 23rd
against Oak.
against
Delgado.
Delgado. So hopefully we see everybody out there.
Yep.
All
Yep. All righty.
right. Peace out.
Peace out.